You wake up at 4 a.m. You plunge into an ice bath. You meditate for an hour. You write 10 pages in a journal. By 2 p.m., your nervous system is completely fried. You crash. You feel like a failure. The self-improvement industry has infected your mind with a toxic lie. They told you that extreme routines create elite results. That is biologically false. Extreme routines create extreme cortisol spikes. They create neurological exhaustion. You are trying to force human biology to act like a machine. And that is exactly why you cannot stay consistent for more than 3 days. Human performance is not built on intensity. It is built on biological momentum. True self-improvement is about reducing cognitive friction, not maximizing it. When you attempt a complicated 20-step morning routine, you deplete your prefrontal cortex before the workday even begins. You are starving your brain of the glucose and dopamine it needs for actual deep work. In the next few minutes, we are going to tear down the motivational fluff. We will build the perfect, clinically sound daily routine. 8 simple, sustainable actions. We will uncover the hidden mechanism of cognitive offloading, the exact way movement hacks your nervous system, and why purposefully seeking discomfort is a biological requirement for brain growth. By the end of this protocol, you will have a daily blueprint that rewires your baseline performance over the next 100 days. Let us decode the routine. We begin with the morning. The internet tells you to wake up at 4 a.m. to beat the competition. Unless your circadian rhythm naturally dictates that, forcing an extreme wake-up time disrupts your REM sleep and destroys your memory consolidation. The biological goal of the morning is not to suffer. The goal is to regulate your cortisol awakening response. When you open your eyes, your body releases a natural spike of cortisol to make you alert. If you instantly flood your brain with chaotic stimuli, social media, emails, or extreme stress, you hijack that natural spike. You put your nervous system into a state of chronic fight or flight. The perfect routine requires waking up early enough to find absolute quiet. You need 15 minutes of silence, not to be extreme, but to set a baseline of calm intention. You are giving your brain the structural space to transition from delta sleep waves to beta waking waves without chemical panic. Calm intention is the foundation of elite focus. Step 2 is movement. You think you need a brutal 2-hour workout every single day to be optimized. You do not. Movement in this routine is not about building massive muscle mass. It is about neurological signaling. When you wake up, your body is stagnant. Blood flow to the brain is sluggish. By engaging in just 5 to 10 minutes of physical activation, a short walk, basic stretching, or light push-ups, you force your heart to pump oxygen-rich blood through your cerebral cortex. You are literally waking up your neurons. Even minor movement triggers the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It signals to your brain that the organism is active, prioritizing energy production over lethargy. You defeat morning laziness not with willpower, but with localized blood flow. Step 3. Written planning. Most people fail their day because they keep their to-do list inside their head. Your brain is a processing unit, not a storage drive. Holding on to tasks creates a psychological phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain continuously loops unfinished tasks in the background, consuming massive amounts of cognitive bandwidth. It creates a thick cloud of brain fog. To execute the perfect routine, you must practice cognitive offloading. You write down exactly 3 main tasks for the day, not 10. 3. By writing them down, you physically remove the data from your working memory. You free up your prefrontal cortex. Vague, stressful thoughts are instantly converted into linear, actionable targets. You eliminate the mental clutter. You regain absolute control over your focus. Step 4 is fuel. Food is not entertainment. Food is neurochemistry. If you eat processed sugars and refined carbohydrates, you trigger violent blood sugar spikes. When your glucose spikes, it inevitably crashes. That crash drains your dopamine and serotonin. You feel exhausted. You lose your drive. You must eat intentionally. You do not need to obsessively count every single calorie, but you must prioritize whole foods and high-quality protein. Protein provides amino acids like tyrosine and tryptophan, which are the direct building blocks for your motivation chemicals. Ask yourself one question before every meal. Does this construct my energy or does it destroy it? Treat your diet as the chemical foundation of your willpower. Step 5. Feeding the mind. You spend hours passively scrolling through short-form content. You are subjecting your brain to a randomized slot machine of dopamine hits. This fractures your attention span. It trains your brain to expect immediate reward without any effort. It makes you weak. The perfect routine replaces passive scrolling with 10 minutes of focused, intentional learning. Read a book excerpt. Listen to a clinical podcast. Study a specific skill. 10 minutes of focused attention forces your brain into a state of neuroplasticity. You are actively building new neural networks instead of passively degrading old ones. You accumulate knowledge. You build intellectual confidence. You take back the steering wheel of your own neurochemistry. Step 6. Reconnection with nature. Humans were not designed to stare at blue light screens inside concrete boxes for 14 hours a day. The confinement destroys your visual depth and locks your nervous system in a state of low-grade stress. You must step outside, even for just 5 minutes. Exposing your eyes to natural sunlight, specifically the high lux levels of outdoor light, signals your suprachiasmatic nucleus. It perfectly aligns your circadian rhythm. Breathing fresh air and changing your visual horizon from a screen to the sky shifts your autonomic nervous system from sympathetic stress to parasympathetic recovery. It recharges your mental battery far more effectively than another cup of toxic caffeine. Step 7 is the most critical. Purposeful discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of biological evolution. If you only do what is easy, your brain physically shrinks its capacity for resilience. The anterior mid-cingulate cortex is a brain region associated with willpower. It literally grows larger when you force yourself to do things you do not want to do. You must embrace one hard or uncomfortable task every single day. A cold shower, difficult conversation, brutal workout session, an hour of unbroken deep work. Discomfort is not a punishment. It is an essential biological teacher. Confronting resistance daily builds psychological armor. It creates mental toughness. It proves to your subconscious mind that you are capable of dominating friction. Step 8. The evening reflection. You cannot improve a system that you do not measure. At the end of the day, spend exactly 5 minutes reviewing your actions. This is not about achieving unrealistic perfection. Perfectionism is just another form of procrastination. This is about emotional honesty. Did you complete the 3 tasks? Did you avoid the dopamine traps? Where did you fail? Acknowledge the failures without judgment. Plan the incremental improvement for tomorrow. This practice closes the psychological loop of the day. It clears your mind for deep, restorative sleep. It ensures that tomorrow's momentum starts tonight. The perfect daily routine is not a punishing schedule designed for internet points. It is a realistic, biological blueprint rooted in simplicity and strict discipline. Quality over quantity. Consistency over intensity. Do not attempt to overhaul your entire life in one day. Adopt these 8 habits one by one. Cultivate a routine that accumulates compound interest. Over the next 100 days, these small, steady efforts will completely rewrite your physical vitality and mental clarity. Stop stalling. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a myth. Systematize your biology. If you are ready to rise above excuses and engineer your best self, subscribe to the channel. We translate the science so you can dominate your reality. See you in the next protocol.